stupidly, I'm sitting here, and then I just glanced down at my fuel, and the fuel says 0, and the light is orange, telling me I need fuel. So I'm about, well, I'm about an hour and a half away from Calais. Oh no, I'm running out of fuel. Oh no! Oh no, I'm still 22 kilometers away. What a nightmare. Oh man, I'm in trouble now. Alright, so you join me fucking walking along the side of the motorway in France. So basically, I've just phoned up Green Flag, which is my breakdown people. And they said because I'm on the motorway, the French law says that they can't assist me on the motorway. So I have to get off the motorway before they can assist me, but I've broken down. So they said I have to go to an SOS box and call the roadside assistance, the French people, and they'll come and help me. But where I've broken down is in between an exit. So I have to walk along the motorway and cross over the lanes of the motorway to find an SOS phone to be able to call them. So isn't that more dangerous that I've got to cross active motorway lanes on foot to get to a phone, rather than a breakdown service being able to pull up behind me and help me? I don't get that. And then those people, the Frenchies, will drag me off the motorway so that my breakdown people can come and get me, or they'll help me to get going again. Firstly, I want to acknowledge the situation is completely of my making. What a stupid thing to forget to do. Anyway, but moving swiftly on, I have had to walk against traffic over a mile, and I still haven't come to an SOS phone. And apparently there's no number that they can give you that you can call from your mobile. You have to walk and find one of these phones. So there's no central reservation where I am. So I'm walking along a motorway against traffic because I thought I could see an SOS box, which turned out just to be a sign. What a completely ridiculous system they have in France. You know, why can't the people just come and get me moving again? But the French people, the French motorway people, they can come and get me moving, but a breakdown company cannot. What is that about? Absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, at least I get my steps in on my Fitbit today. So here's the problem. Because I broke down there in the middle of a motorway exit, now I have to cross over motorway lanes to try and find an SOS phone. Okay, so I'm about 2 kilometers south of where I broke down, and I spoke to somebody on this system here. They're going to send somebody. She said, don't go back and get in your car, which is, you know, makes sense. Wait on the side where it's safe. And I said, well, my car's 2 kilometers ahead north of where this phone box is. Should I wait here, or should I go back to my car? She said, go back to your car, but walk on the grass. So, you know, is it safe? There's no hard shoulder. Look, I've got to walk up here. There's no hard shoulder. I'm walking with the flow of traffic. So if a car comes up behind me, I can't see it, right? What a crazy system. I know it's my fault. 100% my fault. I broke down stupidly. I didn't put any fuel in. I don't know what I was thinking. But that's happened, and now I'm walking along the motorway in the north of France, going back to my car, 2 kilometers, because it's dangerous for a breakdown service to come and help me. But this is safe. You see the truck? This is safe. Breakdown service, not safe. I'll let you make your mind up on which one you think is a crazy idea. Look. I just saw French police go by on the other side of the motorway, and they were looking at me with interest. So I'm pretty certain that they're going to come around and come back, because they just see a guy randomly walking along the side of the motorway. So yeah, so I got my mask ready. But yeah, living the dream, eh? Second day of leave. Yay! Rescued! Yay! Hello? Hello? I've run out of fuel.
Fuel?
Mm-hmm. I just need. I was trying to make it to the fuel station. Uh-oh. The police have arrived. Shit. Oh man. Bonjour. I ran out of fuel. He's gonna load my car onto the back of the truck and take me to the station. So he had some fuel, but I think it was diesel. So he wants me to take it out of park, neutral, and steer. Right. Oh. The recovery driver proceeded to take me to a town about 3 miles away from where I broke down, apparently to fill up the car with fuel. As I don't speak French nor he English, I was a little unsure where he was taking me until we actually arrived. It's safe to say the car was out of fuel. Alright, so update is the car's working. The guy took me to a fuel station, as you saw, and we filled up with fuel, and the car starts, but he's not releasing me because he wants my assistance people to pay him, I think. But my assistance people, green flag, are completely clueless as to what is happening or what is supposed to happen. And I've made like 4 phone calls now. I've been on the phone within 25 minutes, and then they cut me off. And a guy I just spoke to said he's going to call somebody who knows the Euro team's going to know exactly what is done. But I was on with the Euro team before I got cut off, and the woman doesn't have a clue. So they didn't have a clue how this works. But he's not asking me to pay him. He's asking me to call my assistants. It seems to me that there's some sort of transaction that needs to take place between my assistants and the pickup guy, who's from the police. But my assistants, the people green flag, they don't know how it works. So it's like I've been studying now for half an hour, and we're waiting, and nobody seems to know what's going on. It's absolutely unbelievable. So all I want to do is pay this guy and get on. I've missed my train now, so that's the last of the problem. But it's 200 euros for this service. So yeah, I'm just waiting now. So he's got backup. So he's got a guy come to I think he's got a machine so I can pay him directly. All right, so I've just paid the other guy that came, and he's going to take my car off now. 197 euros it cost me. So that stupid moronic mistake that I made of not putting more fuel in the car has cost me so far 200 euros. And possibly more when I get to the train, because I've missed my train now, so I'm gonna have to get a later one. So it's possible that they might charge me. I might have to pay again, so we'll find out. Right, so this is right, I'm finally back in the car. That has taken a few hours. So I think I broke down around 10 o'clock, 10:30, something like that. And now I can finally get back on the road. I've got a full tank of fuel, which cost 92 euros, so it was completely empty. Yeah, so it's not been a great morning. I was having such a nice morning, listening to a podcast, lovely weather, quiet road, everything was perfect, and fate just had to, you know, mess with me. So yeah, it's my fault anyway. I don't blame anyone else, but I do have to say that the people from Green Flag were absolutely useless. Unbelievable. They couldn't even they didn't even have a way for me to send my location to them, oh, you know, like with a phone number or through an email address. They didn't have any way to do that. And in the end, I had to teach the woman on the phone how to take GPS coordinates and put them into a computer, into Google Maps, so she could find my location. It's like I was dealing with a person who's never dealt with a breakdown before, and they were the people who were supposed to be the experts. Because I haven't broken down like this before. Anyway, my recovery people say that they can't reimburse me for that charge. So why pay for my recovery service? If they can't reimburse me, what's the point? I had to pay 200. The whole point of a recovery service is if you break down in Europe, you're taken care of, right? Now, I suppose if you have an accident or something like that, or if you do break down and you're not on the motorway, then great, they'll pick you up, they'll recover you, they'll take your car back to the UK. If you have a big breakdown and your car can't be recovered, there's still a purpose for having that service, because then they'll put you on the back of a truck and they'll take you back home, right? So I'm not saying it's completely worthless, but in my situation where I broke down, granted it was my fault, I understand that. I'm not trying to say that, I'm not trying to transfer the blame onto my recovery service. What I'm saying is, once my car's at the side of the road on the motorway, my recovery service can't help me at all, and I am at the mercy of the charges from the French government. So now you would expect that the French government and my recovery service have some sort of agreement where they'll reimburse the French government, but no, apparently not with Green Flag at least. So if you're looking for a recovery for your European road trip, then I would say that a question that you need to ask before you purchase it is, if I break down on the motorway in France, what happens? How do you recover me? And what charges will they incur? Because without asking that question, and because nobody reads through the 50-page document on what happens when you're recovered, right? Nobody reads through that. It's only when it happens that you need to start asking questions, right? So I'm telling you right now, if you break down on a French motorway, you're basically screwed. So at 1.2 kilometers, I will arrive at the tunnel. Tunnel Tourisme is the one to go. Perfect French pronunciation, no doubt. So we've finally made it. We're like 3 hours late. 13:44 or 1:45 in the afternoon, and it says I've got 6 minutes before I get to the tunnel. So yeah, we'll find out now if I have to pay again for the train. Hopefully I won't, but because I've missed my time, my ticket might no longer be valid. So this could be a very expensive. It's already been an expensive day, but it could get more expensive soon. So we'll find out. Okay.
For the quarantine, sir?
No, I'm a merchant seaman. Yeah. Okay. Au revoir. So far, that's the first time I've been asked. Oh. Oops. That's the first time I've been asked for a COVID test and a passenger locator form. So the channel tunnel people are on the ball. But I haven't been through customs yet, so. All right, so finally made it. I didn't get charged, which is great. Well, I mean, I've been charged, but I didn't get charged extra. I suspected it might be, you know, they might just say, well, you missed your train, so you have to pay again, but they didn't, so that's good. But it did take, what time is it now? It's 14:30. It took me 40 minutes to get through, from the main gate. You have to go through, you get your ticket, then you go through French immigration, you go through UK immigration, then you go through another section that allocates you a lane, and that took 40 minutes, and I missed the train. That was at 2:20. Okay, movement. There we go. Woohoo! Almost back in the UK. Nice. I can't wait to be driving on the correct side of the road. Wow, so the train is offloading people. So the train's just got in and they're offloading traffic and they've already brought us through. Wow, that's interesting. All right, so we're finally moving. I'm on the train an hour later. Well, actually, I was meant to be on this train at 12 o'clock. So it's now 3:20. So anyway, it's an hour late. It's an hour later than I thought I'd be on the train, but I'm on the train nonetheless, and we are heading back to the UK. And as I said in another video, I don't know which video it's going to end up in, but the text is that someone said, "Why is my steering wheel on the wrong side?" And I said, magically tomorrow it will be on the right side. And it's just about to be on the right side of the road, on the right side of the car, should I say. But anyway, I'm super pumped to be going back home, back to the UK, 3 months out. I can't wait. Get some of the lovely English food that we have, which all the Americans will be laughing at that comment because they think we have bad food, but we don't. We have great food. It's just that it's not to your palate, I suppose. Anyway, get back to the UK, get some nice food, and sleep in my own bed. It can't be oversaid how good it is to sleep in your own bed when you've not slept in it for a long time. So I'm very excited about that. Anyway, we're not done yet. When I get to the other side, I've still got about a 4-hour drive. So yeah, it's never ending, it seems. But anyway, I'm having fun. All right, we're back in the UK. And we're leaving the train. I'm so excited to be home, and it's a beautiful day as well. Fantastic. Woohoo! Yeah, baby. Nice. Okay, to the bathroom. See, magically, my steering wheel is now on the correct side of the car. Well, not long to go now. Almost there. I've got an hour left in this drive, and it's been a long trip, but I've enjoyed it. Strangely, even breaking down was not without its interesting parts. Ordinarily, it would have really upset me. the fact that I had to pay 200 euros. It might it might upset me in a few days when I think back, but I've never done anything like that before. So yeah, it's interesting. But I learned some stuff, and I've no doubt got enough stuff to make a video, which might help my channel, my new channel, to gain some traction. So I've driven from Genoa in the Liguria region of Italy up right past the border of Switzerland, Geneva, but I didn't go into Switzerland. I stayed in France up to Rheims to Calais with a slight diversion, and then over on the Channel Tunnel into the UK, and then up from Folkestone up to Cheshire where I live. I'm not sure what the final numbers are, so I'll put them up on the screen. How much did it cost me? Well, I did this on the way down. On the way down to Italy, it cost me about 650 euros. But obviously this time it's going to cost me more because of what happened in France. So yeah, I'll put the numbers up on the screen as well and show you what I spent. And you can, people might watch this and think, oh, why don't you just fly? It's like 3 hours, you know, and that's it, it's done. But it's not 3 hours really, is it? It's all the waiting, get to the airport 2 hours early, 2 flights, a few hours in between, all that stuff. By the time you get home, it's more like 6 to 8 hours. But it's not about getting home fast. It's about the trip, right? It's an adventure. I still look back on the times when I got the train home from Genoa once, and I got the train home from Monaco once, and I drove my Boxster down to the south of France and drove home through snow and stuff like that. And these are all things that I talk about often and I remember, and they're all you know, little adventures. And this is just like that. So I'm glad I did it, and I'm going to do it again in a few months' time. I'm going to be going back down to Italy, and you know, let's see what that brings us. I'm going to be driving again, so yeah, it's getting to become my commute. Anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap up here. Like I said, I'm almost home, unless I break down or run out of more fuel or something. I'm gonna wrap it up here because it's been a long trip, and I'm also getting low on battery power. I've gone through all my batteries. So all right, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what you think. You know, be kind to me, even though I know I was a moron for forgetting to put fuel in the car. But anyway, let's talk about it in the comments, and thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time. All right, guys, bye. GoPro, stop recording.